the MV Explorer, an untamed land of adventure and excitement, and one of the most interesting and fast-changing ecosystems known to man, as well as the home for a group of very curious creatures. A unique population of college students call this strange land home, and rely on its munificence for food and shelter from the elements. Most of the time, the Explorer is isolated, surrounded by water on all sides, which results in a fascinating phenomenon observed in similar locations such as the Hawaiian or Galapagos Islands. The college students, isolated from any larger populations, adapt to their environment and specialize to survive and thrive in their new home. However, the Explorer is truly one of a kind, for its whereabouts can change rapidly, and the ecosystem is exposed to many different regions around the world. This means that the organisms on board must also deal with change and actually adapt, else they are left behind. The beginning of a new day. While many of the college students living on board often sleep for more time than they are awake, this young female sees the value in starting the day early, for they do say, the early student gets the good cereal. While many students share a similar morning ritual, each one is distinctly unique. For example, this female chooses to fix her hair and brush her teeth, but neglects to change her clothes, a sign she values her comfort and hygiene greatly. Let's just hope she doesn't run into any extra cute males on her way to breakfast. And she's off, ready to explore what this new day has in store. Breakfast! The first meal of the day, and while it is the most important, many students neglect to rise early enough to take advantage of its valuable nutrients. This is where many students first see each other, and is therefore a place to amiably converse, if they are awake enough. As the day begins, who knows what new challenge or obstacle the students will face? An essay, or perhaps an exam, but whatever comes their way, a student must always be ready. And as breakfast ends, the first migration of the day begins. Whether in herds or in solitude, students make a trek across the land to their appropriate classes on the daily. This may seem like an incredible feat, but actually, a college student must go through several migrations even in a single day. Wait. Shh. Class is about to begin. While a student's life seems to be dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, they do make time for fun, and there are many different ways for students to enjoy themselves on board. However, these students are still just wild animals and competitive by nature, so consequently many activities are designed to prove who is the most dominant. This includes physical contests that can show off a student's athletic prowess or skill. But not all of a student's free time is spent competing against one another. Students also spend time improving themselves and showing off the result of their hard work, often to impress potential mates. Welcome to the watering hole, the most popular area for socializing and attracting mates. Notice how several of the females and a few of the males seem to be presenting themselves. This is an action known as tanning, a common form of attracting mates, and is an interesting phenomenon that seems only to occur when the sun is out. In the pursuit of attracting potential mates, students will train their bodies to become stronger, more flexible, and also will participate in a variety of very strange mating rituals. While there are many different rituals for wooing and attracting mates, the most common is called a dinner date. Males and females both will first flirt a little to indicate that they are interested, and then if the female is pleased with her partner, she will roar to indicate her approval. Then, when the time is ready, they advance to some stage 1 petting to show others that they are an item and are about to mate. Oh, whoa! Under the table, there seems to be some stage 2 petting going on. This is a rare occurrence. Most students are not so openly promiscuous. These students must not have mated in a while. Now it seems these two are now anxious to get back to a cabin. As they leave, the male asserts his dominance, but watch closely.
The female is just as excited. While the explorer is home for the students, it is always an exciting time when they are able to explore new regions of the world. As a new land graces the horizon, students begin a special migration in order to disembark. Watch as all the little busybodies make their way off the ship. It's quite entertaining, isn't it? But these students do need to take advantage of the time they have. Many will travel miles while in port, exploring the land and its various bars. But the explorer never stops, and eventually, the students must make their way back on board. And as the sun sets and another beautiful land fades away, another is always on the horizon, with new adventures and unique treasures in store.
Porque esto es África. Samina, mina, waka, waka, Samina, mina, sankalegua. Porque esto es África.
Breakfast, 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 breakfast.